Hello students, this is video 2.8 and it's truth tables. Okay, we're still working with our logic lines. And your objective is I can determine the truth value of conjunction and disjunctions. That should be plural there, it's a little s. All right, so IXL skill is I4. I4 is your IXL skill. That'll be the last one that I give you that's new this week. All right, so let's go flippers. So we want to talk about compound statements. So we've been talking about conditional statements, but we haven't talked about compound statements. So compound statements are going to be when you actually have two statements joined together. So here are three statements. P, which is we will go to the beach. Q is we will go out to dinner. And R is we will go to the movies. Please make sure you're writing these down. All right, a conjunction is going to be a statement that connects two or more statements with the word and. Okay? And let's actually do that. Let's actually do P and Q. So that actually looks like this. P and, so it's like a little hat, Q. And it's read P and Q. So let's actually use P here and Q here and write what statement that would be. P would be, we will go to the beach. And we need to add Q to that. All right, so there's our statement. We will go to the beach and we will go out to dinner. So that would be the conjunction for P and Q. The next thing we want to think about is a disjunction. And a disjunction is clearly when we connect two or more statements with or. So instead of the hat, we're going to go upside down and make kind of an oversized V. And we're going to go ahead and write that statement. So we're going to write the disjunction. So let's write what P is again. And it is, we will go to the beach. And Q is, or we will go to dinner. So that is our disjunction statement. And again, it is read as P or Q. These are two important facts that we need to also write down. Conjunctions, and those are our ands, right? Those are our ands and those are our hats like this. Conjunctions are going to be true only if P and Q are both true. So both parts have to be true for the whole thing to be true. Okay? For disjunctions, and that was our or, okay, with our V, these are going to be false only if P and Q are both false. So both parts have to be false for it to be false. So let's look at some examples of this. All right, so let's look at these three statements here and figure out what their truth values are first. So the first one is emperor penguins are black and white, and that statement is true. Polar bears are a threatened species. That is also true. And penguins wear tuxedos. That is actually false. So now we want to actually figure out, we're going to write the statements below and evaluate their truth value. So the first one we're going to do is P and Q. Okay, so let's actually write out what that would look like. All right, so I've written it out. P is emperor penguins are black and white, and polar bears are a threatened species. So because both parts of these are true, the P was true, the Q is true, then this statement altogether is true. All right, so let's try the next one, which is P or R. So for P, emperor penguins are black and white, let's write the R. Okay, so or penguins wear tuxedos. Now, emperor penguins are black and white. That part is true. But penguins do not wear tuxedos. That part is false. But because this is or, remember, only one of these parts has to be true for the whole statement to be true. So this statement is also true, P or R. And let's try the last one. So this part in parentheses is just this part here in parentheses, R and Q. So R is penguins wear tuxedos, which we know is false. Okay? And polar bears are an endangered species, which we know is true. Now, because this is and, both parts have to be true. And since they're not, this part of the statement is false. So now we want to actually write that with P. Well, if we look up at the top, we know P is true. And since this is an and, again, look at that, that's an and. If P is true and this other part here we've determined to be false, then this whole entire statement has to be false because both parts would have to be true. Okay, so here is your hot question. And what I'd like you to do is use the truth values that are given here. So P is false, Q is true, and R is false. And you want to evaluate Q, and that symbol is or, okay? And figure out what the truth value is, write the statement out, and determine it. Work on your Excel. Thank you.